When we think of rich people, we often picture extravagant things like fancy clothes, huge houses, and famous brands. But that's not always true. The world of the wealthy can be divided into two groups: new money and old money. New money is when someone has recently become rich. They often spend a lot of money, are flashy, and want everyone to notice their wealth. On the other hand, old money is quiet. This kind of wealth is passed down through generations or earned through hard work. They know they're rich, but they don't want to brag about it. In this video, let's find out 15 subtle signs that someone comes from money. But before we start, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and tap the bell button so you won't miss any of our videos. The first sign to look for is how healthy someone appears based on their teeth, hair, posture, and skin. Rich people often prioritize their appearance. Specifically, one of the first things wealthy individuals tend to address is their teeth. They ensure their teeth are clean and white. Bad teeth can be a major turnoff. Men are usually well-groomed, and women often have professionally done hair that's regularly washed and colored. You won't see any roots showing with these women, and their eyebrows are groomed to look natural. Another giveaway is the condition of their skin. Wealthy people tend to fix minor imperfections and have a healthy, radiant appearance. The second sign of wealth is how someone spends their money in relation to time. While some people might go out of their way to save a few dollars on gas or groceries by driving 30 minutes across town, wealthy individuals often prioritize saving time over saving money. For example, using a private jet for an event can be a clear indicator of wealth. However, this mindset extends to everyday actions as well. The main difference between a rich person and someone with less means is how they value and utilize their time. The third sign of wealth is seen in the clothing and shoes people wear. While you might assume that rich individuals are always flaunting brand names like Gucci or Chanel, this isn't necessarily the case. In fact, many wealthy people prefer bespoke clothing and shoes instead. In high net worth circles, there's a saying, "Money talks, wealth whispers." This means that wealthy individuals prioritize the lifetime value and quality of their purchases over flashy brand names. They often go for timeless designs and materials of the highest quality. Most wealthy individuals have a personal tailor who customizes or creates their clothing, particularly women. The fourth sign of wealth is when they rarely look at price tags when making purchases. This goes beyond just the obvious aspect of not worrying about costs. It's about their mindset towards spending money. When they go to a restaurant, they often ask the waiter about the specials or what the chef recommends, rather than focusing on the prices on the menu. They order what they're craving, rather than choosing based on cost. Rich people believe that if you have to think about whether you can afford it or not, you probably can't. Consider the moment when you grab gum at the supermarket checkout. You don't think twice about the cost. You simply add it to your purchase. Wealthy individuals similarly approach bigger expenses. They don't dwell on the price tag because they're confident they can afford it. The fifth sign of wealth is when they prioritize privacy over fame. Most of the wealthy prefer to keep a low profile and manage their affairs quietly, avoiding unwanted attention and intrusion into their personal lives. Tragic cases like Anthony Bourdain and Kate Spade highlight how even highly successful people can suffer from the pressures of fame. Conversely, privacy is becoming a luxury for the wealthy, with many investing in security measures like panic rooms and using virtual credit cards when traveling to protect their privacy. The sixth sign of wealth is when they keep their finances private. Rich people don't feel the need to flaunt their wealth or boast about how much money they have. In fact, making a big deal about being rich can be seen as seeking validation, whereas true wealth brings its own sense of assurance. Many wealthy families have financial advisors who manage their portfolios and assets, ensuring their financial well-being without the need for public displays of wealth. The seventh sign of wealth is the color and weight of your credit card. While most people might not pay attention to this detail, hotels, resorts, restaurants, and other high-end establishments often judge patrons based on their credit cards. Banks issue cards of varying weights and colors based on the client's profile. The higher-end cards are typically made of metal and come in black, gold, or platinum colors. The establishment may silently assess your status based on the appearance of your card. The eighth sign of wealth is having exceptional social skills. Have you ever noticed people who seem to effortlessly fit into any social setting? They engage with everyone and ask questions, and people enjoy being around them. Social skills are crucial for maintaining your position in the social hierarchy. In wealthy circles, it's understood that your network is your net worth. Rich individuals know the importance of sticking together and leveraging their connections. The ninth sign of wealth is they avoid talking about money in public or complaining about it. You won't hear them discussing bills, unexpected expenses, or struggling to make rent for the month. This attitude is often learned from growing up in a wealthy family, where maintaining an image of financial stability is important for social standing. But it goes beyond just saving face. Those who complain about money often struggle with managing it. You might have friends who constantly complain about being short on cash, but don't take opportunities to increase their income. Even when they do have money, they tend to spend it quickly on superficial things. For example, they might have a $1,000 purse with no cash inside, or they spend on expensive coffees while still needing to borrow money for essentials. The 10th sign of wealth is that they prefer doing things over having things. They like to try new experiences rather than just buying stuff. They have the money to do this, so they're interested in different things. They enjoy spending time with others and eating home-cooked meals rather than going to fancy restaurants. They enjoy traveling to new places and trying new things. Think about yourself for a moment. What would make you happier right now? Spending 4 days in a remote village on the other side of the world, or getting a new laptop? For many people, it's the laptop. The 4 days in the village would be over quickly, but they could use that laptop for years. This is a big difference between wealthy people and everyone else. They can afford to enjoy fleeting moments because buying a laptop is easier than planning a 6-day trip with flights. They're also taught to value experiences over things. The 11th sign of wealth is they have the right accessories for every occasion. Accessories are a clear sign that someone knows what they're doing. It's those little extras that complete the picture. For example, having the right clothes for any sport, like tennis shorts or proper gym gear. If you're going to the beach, it's not just about the swimwear. It's also about having the right towel, bag, and shoes. Rich people always seem to match the setting perfectly, whether it's the type of pants, shirts, or shoes they wear. They pay attention to these details to look their best at all times. The 12th sign of wealth is they understand financial and legal terms because they've learned from personal experiences. They've had to deal with lawyers explaining trusts, what happens with their money if their parents pass away, how the family business operates, and basic financial rules. They speak a language about money that most people don't. This skill is useful when dealing with bankers or receiving advice from lawyers. From reading profit and loss statements to knowing terms like operating cash flow, trust funds, hedge funds, current liabilities, non-current liabilities, bonds, and stocks. They're familiar with it all. The 13th sign of wealth is having the family crest on their belongings. This is something that most people might miss, but it's quite common among the rich, especially those from old money or royal families. It starts with entry-level status symbols like monogrammed shirts and gradually progresses to custom-tailored bespoke pieces. Their initials might even be found on their bed sheets and pillows. These subtle reminders are a way to keep their family's heritage and status at the forefront of their minds, reinforcing the expectations of behavior that they've been brought up with. The 14th sign is they speak languages beyond their family background. While many people learn a second language out of necessity, often their heritage language and English, the wealthy go further. It's common for them to learn additional languages that could be valuable for future negotiations. Nowadays, many kids are learning Chinese or Arabic as their third language, seen as an investment in their future by their parents. 40 years ago, it might have been German or Russian, but now the most valuable languages to learn are English, Chinese, and Spanish. Some experts suggest Hindi as a fourth option, but with India embracing English as a business language, it may not be as crucial. The last sign of wealth is they work not out of necessity, but for the experience. Rich people don't mind unpaid internships if it's with the right company because money isn't an issue. Their parents encourage them to build connections, and their family name affords them respect. Many of them end up following in their parents' footsteps, joining the family business and being groomed to take it over someday. And this concludes our list of signs that someone is wealthy. Have you experienced meeting or dealing with a pretty ordinary individual who turned out to be rich? Share your experiences in the comments section. If you want more videos like this, please subscribe to the channel and tap the notification button to stay updated on what's the latest.